What's up, everybody? Welcome to my channel. You too can be great. This is the Love and Hip Hop New York season 10 episode 9 December to Remember review. I got my notes here. Let's get into it. So the episode starts off with Tahiri and Jonathan and Sin and Yandy, because the last episode they were fighting because Tahiri tried to not really check, but explain herself about the whole Jonathan situation, and Jonathan tried to make her look dumb, like they don't know what the fuck she's talking about, even though they were right there when everything was mentioned, and Yandy made a joke about it and whatnot. Now, the part that got to me was when Tahiri got pissed off, because obviously she's worried if she got breast cancer, she's walking away and shit. And you got Jonathan acting like he don't know what the hell is going on, and Sin talking about, well, she can walk away if she wants to, if Tahiri can't beat her ass. Now, here's the problem. Erica Mena decides to walk up because now there's a scene at her birthday party, and she wants to figure out what's going on. She can't, for the life of her, understand why Tahiri's so pissed off, because according to her, Tahiri doesn't get mad that easily. It's got to be a reason why. She goes up to them. Sin clearly acknowledges that she knows Tahiri's trying to say something to her, but couldn't quite say it the way that she wanted to come out. And they all knew what she was trying to say, but now they want to act like they don't know, because Jonathan sits there and says, well, they just need to go and sit down and talk about it. And if Tahiri doesn't want anything with Joe, she needs to clarify it to Sin. She does not need to do shit to talk to Sin about anything. They are broken up. She owes Sin nothing. They're not married. Jonathan started this whole shit, and because he knew that Tahiri was right, when Tahiri was telling him, stupid, shut the fuck up, y'all trying to make me look dumb, he didn't say shit to her because he knew she was right. Because here's Erica in his face bringing that shit up. Erica decided to apologize and saying, you know what, I'm sorry. It wasn't supposed to be like that. I feel like if I didn't say anything, this wouldn't have happened. No, it wasn't you, girl. You said something. You did what you were supposed to do as a friend, which is hook two people up you thought liked each other. However, Jonathan escalated that shit, but now that he realizes he's gone kind of fucked up because he's fucking with the wrong one, because Tahiri is about everything that he's not about. He's not want to sit up there talking about, oh, well, let's just talk about it. He started this whole shit, and I felt bad for her because she didn't deserve to be played like that. The next scene, we got Olivia, who's back from December, decided to meet up with Chrissy. Now, all you Chrissy fans, I want y'all to take note, because I know that whenever I say something about Chrissy and how she handles herself in certain situations, they got Chrissy fans that will say, no, Chrissy's a ride or die for Jim. I know she's a ride or die for Jim, but listen to me deeply, okay? Hear this and hear this well. Olivia and her were talking, and it seems like they have been talking for a while, right? She came back from hibernation and decides to tell her that she got through a whole lot of stuff that happened in her life. She's got through her mother passing away, God rest her soul, and that she hasn't been able to connect with Chrissy the way that she would have liked. Chrissy tells her that she was mad at her for a while, and they flash back as to why she's pissed off. This bitch was mad because Olivia spoke her mind by saying that Chrissy, the way she handled Yandy, which I said when this season started, the way she handled Yandy was fucked up. It wasn't right, because Yandy wouldn't try to do nothing horrible. Yandy was being honest about the way she felt. Chrissy didn't like it because Chrissy's the type of person, high school ass, where if you're friends with her and she doesn't like somebody, instead of her allowing you to make up your own mind, she expects you to now start treating the other person like shit, as if everybody's got to do whatever she wants them to do whenever she wants them to do it. Nobody likes somebody who's that fucking controlling. We love it when you're loving, when you're caring, but you acting like Olivia can have her own mind, because she was always cool with Yandy too. If she feels like you were wrong, you were dead wrong, that's how she feels. To cut her ass off because she didn't agree with your ass is fucked up. It's like high school. Grow the fuck up. This is the issue I have with her. She does some petty ass shit whenever she don't like something. She's going to take your bookings. She's going to make sure you lose your job. She's going to make sure that Jim comes after you and tries to whoop your ass in the middle of the street. She's going to make sure that Jim don't help you with your career, aka Samaya Reese. It's just some crazy shit that she does whenever things don't go her way. But Olivia and her decide to mend things, but Olivia brings up rich dollars or rich pesos and lets her know that Rich stole from her, in the sense that she had made December, the song that Rich stole from Erica Mena and gave her, and that there had been some money that was made out of it, but she didn't get nothing. I'm thinking to her like, girl, I don't feel bad for her. Let's be real. Because when Rich took that song from Erica and gave it to her, y'all remember what she did? She was smiling. She was grinning. Erica was sitting here crying, talking about you can't even trust the dudes that you're fucking. And this girl was happy, like, I can sing better. You can't sing. You can't sing. She was reveling in Erica Mena's pain. And this is what you get. Hurt people, and people who treat other people like that don't deserve to get blessed. You don't have to agree with Rich dating Erica Mena, but she kind of messed with that girl because she didn't like it. I used to think that she wanted Rich herself. I used to think that she wanted him the way that she acted when he was with Erica. I thought that they were doing each other at some point. And she wants to say, oh, he's like my brother. He's like my family. Whatever, bitch. You got bit because you literally put your ass out there and you treated somebody unfairly. Now, we got Yandy's protesting that's potentially causing Medici his release date. And they discuss prison reform. Now, I want people to understand something, because this is something that I said, you know what, I give knowledge in my videos when the topics are brought up. Because I believe prison reform is something that a lot of people don't really pay attention to, especially because it's not happening to them, or they haven't experienced knowing somebody who's gone to prison either for being wrongfully accused or for something that's so petty. Because y'all remember people were getting 25 years, 30 years, 40 years for transporting marijuana or whatever, selling that shit, but now it's illegal. It's legal in some states. Hell, they use it for medical purposes now. But you got people who served real time with hard ass criminals for shit like that, right? Now, the prison system is designed as a punishment. And I know that in some of the crimes I see in the comments, I hear things like, well, don't do the crime, don't do the crime. The issue is not the crime. Okay, let's be smart here and let's think logically. The issue is not with crime. Prison is there as punishment for people who commit crimes, yes. But when you have people who are shoplifting, people who have, they're speeding, or, they're in jail because they didn't pay their speeding tickets, and that 5-month sentence becomes years and years and years because they're getting into fights with people while you're in there. Or you have things like mandatory minimums where somebody has to give you 15 years for something that even a judge doesn't think that you deserve to get more than a year for. But you have to serve that 15 because that's the mandatory minimum. The prison system is overcrowded. They don't have enough people out there to even manage that many people. Our tax dollars are paying for them to sit there and basically rot. We got people who are in their prime that can actually contribute to society being thrown behind bars as if it's cute to be in cages, as if human beings are meant to be in cages. And the problem is, with the prison, the punishment should be you staying behind bars, losing all your freedom, being told when to eat, shit, and sleep, having another grown man or woman telling you to squat, spread your ass cheeks, and cough. That is humiliating because you have no choice as to what happens in your life. That is what the punishment is, you go to prison. The punishment is not to starve you. It's not to beat you. It's not to rape you. It's not to have you eating shit where mice and all these disgusting cockroaches and shit that pissed and shit on. That is inhumane. You, as a human being, do not treat other human beings that way. The person is already there to spend the rest of his life, for those who can't come out, or those who were there to spend 5 years in. They're there to serve their time, do their punishment, and they're supposed to be able to come back and rehabilitated and live their life. But you got a lot of people that come out of prison that end up going back because they've been institutionalized. You put people who are serving 5 years in the same cell with somebody who's serving 35, 40 years. They get into fights. They get into trouble. They get their points up. You put somebody who's been in juvenile hall their whole life, got like 50 points. He's now 18 going into prison with men who are 40, 50, 60 years old that would never get out. That person who's supposed to only be there for 5 years may end up being there for 50 years because they putting people together they're not even supposed to be together. I know people who spent 15 years for allegedly being accused of conspiracy to murder, and that person wasn't even there, even knew when the murder occurred. But somebody in the freaking room who got interrogated would sit there and call their name out, and without thinking, you got this 14-year-old guy who got to spend 10 years, 5 of them in 6 of them in juvie, and then come out and have to spend 10 more years in adult prison to come out, and this dude wasn't even there when the crime was committed. All he did at 14 was listen to his friend vent, say something like, well, damn, if it was me, I probably want to kill him too. And now he's spending 15 years because he had a freedom of speech, and he didn't know anything about when that was supposed to occur. But he didn't have money. He was poor. He didn't have a good lawyer. And he was told that if he didn't accept whatever he accepted, he would spend life in prison. So he chose to take the time. Now he's out with the black mark on his record, and he has to figure his life out. This is the type of shit that we talk about when we talk about prison reform. It's not necessarily that I don't believe that if you commit a crime, clearly there's murderers, rapists, serial killers. You need to be behind bars. I get it. But while you're there, you don't need to be treated like an animal. Your punishment is the fact that you have to be there in some obscurity in Timbuktu with people telling you what to do and when to sleep cold as hell in the fucked up ass bed with a toilet that's out there in the open where everybody got to see you taking a shit and whatever the hell else you want to do. Alright, so yes, prison reform is something that needs to be done, and we don't need to have all these damn bodies in there, especially when we're in the millions. This country's not that big to have that many people behind bars. It don't make sense. It doesn't. Anyway, let's move on. So we got the next topic, the next scene. We got Brittany Taylor, aka the Bitter Traitor. She is now suing Remy Ma. Now here's the thing: she's suing Remy Ma because apparently there was an alleged assault or whatever the case is between the two of them fighting or whatever. Here's the thing about it: I didn't see her ass sue Bianca when Bianca attacked her full on TV. She's going after Remy because her career didn't take off, and now she needs money to support her lifestyle. And she picked the person whose career is booming to go after, knowing that person has a prior record. Bitch, bye. This little short ass, loudmouth ass, if I didn't like her when she was on the show, I don't like her now going after Remy. I think she's full of shit. I think she's a bitch for what she's doing, for real. Then we got the next scene. We got Olivia deciding to work with Fresher No Lip Chap. Fresher is playing a game with Olivia because he feels like Olivia is his way to get back at Rich for Rich allegedly taking his almost side chick, Jenna Ski artist, away from him. He lied to Olivia and told Olivia that Rich Dollar stole her. Rich didn't steal her. The girl made it very clear that every time that he called her, he wanted her to ass shake on his video. He took money from people we already know he stole from Jada. 80-something thousand or 60-something thousand dollars. We already know he's been cheating on his girlfriend for I don't know how long. Jenna Ski was wise enough, as young as she is, to look at the situation for what it is. Rich hasn't tried to hit on her, even though he usually hits on his artists. He didn't try to hit on her. And so far, he's been giving her enough juice to help her career, at least even a little bit in exposure. Fresher haven't done shit for her and trying to use her as a startup person, but hasn't done shit to help her. Olivia is now going to work with Fresher because of the people that he's worked with in the past, but she didn't know that Fresher's about to use her as a get back type shit. Anyway, we got Tahiri meeting up with Mena regarding the breast cancer. Now, let me just move forward here and say that she does not have breast cancer. What she had, the fluid or the lump, whatever it was benign, and I'm happy for her. But that was something that was an issue for her, which caused her to react the way she reacted during the birthday party. Now we got Olivia in the studio with fresh chapped lips. Then we got, while she's singing, Rich comes in. And Rich is now basically seeing the little setup situation that Fresher created. And he's like, you know what? One for you. You took Olivia, whatnot. But now here they're arguing. Olivia didn't tell Fresher the extent of what she felt like she was betrayed. And so Rich now and her got to face each other. And she's basically, what we learned is that Cisco's fine ass, with his fine ass, decided to go to get back at Rich because y'all know they don't get along. Cisco's going to beat the fuck out of him before he went to go and date Tierra Marie in Love and Hip Hop Hollywood. He found Olivia and he basically let Olivia know that Rich had been stealing from her by way of having her sing on his track and taking all the proceeds that come along with it. Here's the problem I have with that. Rich said, it's my track, it ain't your money. Here's the thing. If it was your track, then why didn't you sing the song yourself? That way when you get all the money, you keep it to yourself. Why didn't you do that? Why did you have somebody who's talented sing the song that's your track for you and then you take the money as if she didn't do no work? That's the part I don't understand. And if Cisco went and got into Olivia's head, I know he didn't do it because he cared about her. I think he did it because he wanted to get back at Rich and by kind of fucking up a relationship that he knows Rich cares about because he was crying saying, I love you. You know, I want you with. I love you. All that stuff. So Cisco did some get back shit with his fine self. God, that man is beautiful. Every time I see him, I just, oh my God, he just looks, and every time he opens his mouth with that accent that he has, I just want to lick his scalp. Anyway, we got Rich explaining to her that he didn't steal from her, and Dollars Unlimited didn't steal from her, and that's where they leave it at that because they're still fighting. Olivia just walks out. Now, here's a side tea that we know Erica Mena and Safari have already just welcomed their daughter. That baby's going to be beautiful as hell. They did show the next episode, and here is Rich talking to his mother. And Rich's mama tells her that Olivia is the one who owes Rich and that she actually went and started taking bookings with Cisco probably to get back at Rich after Cisco told him what he told him about the money situation. Now, Rich decides he's going to go text Cisco. Cisco's calm, sexy self probably he's sitting up there soaking up the fact that Rich is now mad and just as frustrated as he is. Rich lets us know that he's probably the one who brought Cisco into the Love and Hip Hop fold. And so that became an issue between them. I don't know if they'll bring Peter Gunz back and this whole situation is going to happen again. I don't know. But what I do know is Peter Gunz just have a new show coming up where he's supposed to be going and fighting cheaters because he, as a cheater, is able to discover who's actually cheating. So they give his ass his own show or his own skit, whatever the fuck they gave him. So we know about that little side tea going on. Now, I don't know what's gonna happen with the whole Remy Ma, Brittany Trader situation. I hope it works out well for her because her music is booming and she's really trying to put something out there. And Papoose is supporting her. Everybody's supporting her, so I hope it works out. Yandy and Mendeecees, we know Mendeecees finally came out and he's back home, so we saw that, so we know she's happy. We know that what she's doing, her protesting, didn't stop it. With her protesting the whole Mississippi situation and people dying and stuff like that, it's not going to stop her grind, and it's not going to stop her man from coming home and everything. So that's cool. We don't know, but that little side t-shirt already came out and say his home. So anyway, the next episode, I can't wait to see Cisco back. Let me know what y'all think about the situation with Cisco coming back and that whole Olivia and Richie situation. Let me know what y'all think, because I really feel like that shit is not gonna last between Fresh and Olivia. Clearly, she's gonna walk away because he's too messy. He still does some childish shit. But I hope that Cisco stays on the show because I do like him. I think he was entertaining. Anyway, please like, subscribe, ring the notification bell. I am gonna do a Love and Hip Hop Miami review, so go ahead and check that one out too. Love y'all. Good night. Bye.